Chief Peter Maivia taking on George the Animal Steele. Taking over.
Going for the win.
Turns it around and the shoulders are down. He calls off the pin attempt, maybe wanting to try something else. George the Animal Steele is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. He's a true brawler.
And he might be the best brawler in WWE, Michael. There is no shortage of fight in the Animal.
But you know who might be a better brawler, guys? The High Chief Peter Maivia. When you consider that Maivia is also an excellent high flyer and a great technician, well, you can see why the High Chief is the favorite in this match, even with the steel cage stipulation.
The High Chief Peter Maivia and George the Animal Steele facing off in a steel cage, each man looking to finally score a decisive victory in this rivalry.
From the heavens, splash from the top.
Peter Maivia now with the upper hand.
And you can see Steele is struggling to weather the storm of the High Chief.
Peter Maivia turns that around. Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences between Maivia and Steele as competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at the sculpted physique of the High Chief. And the tribal tattoos on his body are extremely intricate and definitely eye-catching.
And Steele is, well, he's an ugly creature. Enough hair on his upper torso to classify as fur. Folds in his bald head. He's like a modern-day Neanderthal.
Two very opposing styles in every sense of the word, Corey. High Chief Maivia is a much more physically gifted and talented athlete in the ring than Steele. What's it going to take for the Animal to get the upper hand here?
Well, he's got to be even more chaotic than ever inside this cage. Nothing about Steele makes sense to someone as traditional as Maivia. There's never any telling what the Animal's going to do in a match, and he needs to keep it that way. That brings a rush of blood to the head.
Some folks call Peter Maivia the Flying Hawaiian, and the reasons are obvious for that moniker. But guys, how has he earned the other nickname of the High Chief?
Well, Cole, Peter Maivia
from the middle rope. Oh, what a splash! Oh, God, that hurt. Boom!
The Animal may be wounded prey at this point.
The High Chief closing in on a successful hunt.
Maivia overwhelming his opponent here.
Yeah, Maivia has really figured the Animal out here. Boom!
Headbutt to the gut!
Boom! Running FTO plants him.
Nicely done.
The High Chief Peter Maivia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple tag team titles.
Oh yeah, Maivia is a huge celebrity on the islands. In fact, I've heard some consider him the personification of Maui.
Ooh, stiff punch.
These two going strike for strike, it seems.
Ooh, and he stops that offense.
Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe.
Neither competitor is backing down. Uh-oh.
Maivia just dominated the Animal with that one. Uh-oh, we know what's next. Backbreaker flawlessly executed. Maivia can taste it now.
A kick out? I don't believe it.
Oh, that was more than close. That was inches away from 3
millimeters.
And you can sense the desperate.
Setting up again.
That'll do some serious damage.
And George is laid out.
Cover! Oh, and he just kicked out.
He's in total disbelief. That did not finish the job.
Everyone watching this is in total disbelief right now.
And you got to think that all the...
He's going back to the well.
Snap you in half.
Busting out the heavy artillery once again.
Makes the cover. Kick out. I thought it was finished off for sure.
Are we sure that wasn't 3?
Just about as close as you can get.
Just dished out his most devastating offense, and you got to be wondering if he's thinking one more time will be the charm. Oh, from the rope. George the Animal Steele might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost a match by countout to the High Chief.
In Steele's defense, I'm not sure he knows how to count exactly, or how to read a rule book. So he's got to be happy to be in this cage.
Well, Maivia is called the High Chief in part because of his commanding.
There's no good reason to be standing on the cage like this. He's going to ascend the cage. He's standing tall on top of the cage now. Into the pin. George is trying to seal this one up. The count was stopped before it started.
I'm having a hard time believing that one.
Oh, and a forearm smash.
You can tell he's looking to end this here.
Mistake made by Steele. He might be very tough, but he also has movie star good looks.
Inside cradle.
Oh, look at this small package. And the High Chief defeats the Animal.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief, Peter Maivia.
George Steele is one tough animal, but the way Maivia faced him in the cage tonight just reinforced what everyone already knew.